you go.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We are here. I know that this can be very difficult for a lot of you that are at home and with a lot of questions. And we might not get all your questions in one day, but I have someone here that I have met, and I am so happy that she's willing to at least help us understand a little bit. So I'm going to let her introduce herself and let us know. How we can cope with certain things. And I'll ask her a couple of questions, maybe, and that will help you at home.
Okay. Hi, I am Jamie Whitehouse. I am a licensed clinical marriage and family therapist here in McPherson. And I also teach psychology at the Central Christian College here in town as well. I've been doing this about 10 years. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
And thank you so much, Jamie, for doing this. I know that this is the only way that we can get to some of those people, and my heart aches for the moms that are at
Oh,
home,
yes.
the wives, those females that, how can we cope? So my first question to you will be, us, of course, we're inside the house. You have those conversations, but Monday and then Friday, you're still with the same people. And it has not only been 1 week. I think we're going on 4 already, 3, 4, maybe.
A lot.
What would you suggest to do at home to help us ease our mind?
Mm.
And not get into an argument, because this can put us in a very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A very difficult situation. The kid is crying if we have kids at home.
Yeah.
Then the husband, it's probably, there's so many people that have lost jobs.
Yeah.
Some other ones are working from home and even working from home. So maybe I threw a lot to you, but you're the expert. You're the one that will tell us.
Oh, well, I want to start off by saying, like, there are so many different situations we find ourselves in right now. We have anything from single women who are with or without jobs, who are alone and are feeling even more isolated and more lonely. So, if you know of someone who is a single woman, please reach out to them and try to connect with them because they are feeling even ultra lonely. It is really interesting that when we're married, especially during the season right now, if you have kids and you're married, you're like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be wonderful just to be single right now? And then, of course, the single women are like, I just wish I was married and I had kids so that there'd be people around, things to do. I think part of it is there are pluses and minuses to every season of our lives. And even in this COVID season, there's pluses and minuses to this chaos. There are some women, we find ourselves with way too much time on our hands, and there's only so much you can clean in your house, and you're over cleaning. You're like, I know I just washed all my bedding yesterday, but I think I'll do it again. Where you're like, goodness gracious, I'm going to rearrange the living room all over again. To the mom who has two littles who are in elementary school, and you're blessed to be able to have a job where you're working from home though, and you're having to homeschool, and husband is potentially at home with or without a job, and like, especially if both parents are having to work from home and parent and homeschool, it is absolute chaos. There's just so many different dynamics of all of our situations. Some people have an extreme lack of time right now, and some people have an extreme abundance of time right now. So it just doesn't look the same for any of us right now. The only thing we have in common is it's different. So I would say, to kind of answer that question, is because I think it would be kind of different potentially for each
Situation.
situation, right,
Mhm.
that we find ourselves in. At the same time, a few things are pretty constant and consistent. One is we really, really have to be the billboard of God's grace to each other, because none of us have ever done this before.
Mhm.
Your kids have not been locked up for this long inside, or even you go outside, you want to take them to the park so they can run off energy. And I don't know about where you're at, but where we're at, you can't go to any of the playgrounds. You can't go, you can't touch anything. Try telling a 4-year-old that they can't touch the playground equipment. Like, it's almost torture, and you just don't want to take your child there. And so children are really confused. And so just, and then spouses. Oh, you're like, yay, we get to spend more time. Oh, can we spend less time? We have a very interesting relationship. Basically, it's like the magnifying glass is over all of our relationships. Any issues we have between with our kids, it's just being magnified. Any issues we had in our marriage is being magnified. And any relationships we had with our relationship with God, being magnified. So part of it is having grace for ourselves, as if we're supposed to know how to handle things. And I think as women, we really struggle when we don't have a good handle on how to do life and do it perfectly and make it seem effortless. And we really need to exercise some grace on ourselves as well as the people in our lives, because we're just not going to know how to do it well. The
And I
other
agree
thing,
with that part, because sometimes as women, we think that we need to be the strong one.
right,
We need to be the one that keeps the family together. And you know what? You might be cooking and you want to cry because I don't
cry.
know what to cook anymore. I have done all the chicken recipes that I know and I'm running out. I mean, I don't know what the
Preach.
situation might be,
Yes.
but just to know, and I completely see what you're saying and I understand, you know, and it helps us listening to you, just knowing that it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel like that, and not to
Yes.
feel guilty, I think, right?
Yes. Oh, it's okay if you blow up at your children. It is okay that you go get, okay, I probably wouldn't recommend McDonald's, but you do, like if you go to Chick-fil-A or you get, some food, fast food, like, and that's something like that you usually would not do, and you even talk against, like, give yourself grace, because I'm tired of cooking chicken. I'm tired of cooking at home every single dang meal. Um, if you blow up at your spouse, like, you don't obviously want to create a rhythm of that, but also you're not going to, we're all going to screw up our children, but just try to screw them up, as little as possible. And this point in time, it's gonna be okay. But just know that we're gonna lose it and we're gonna lose our cool. We're under a lot of stress in newfound territory.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so much, Jamie, for taking this time. I know that we can get into so much, so
Yes.
um, we'll probably have a little bit of time, 10, 15 minutes next week again. And next week I would like to talk maybe about sleeping patterns
Oh,
because,
great.
kids, and we see all these memes and all these jokes that people are playing about overeating as well.
Yes.
So I would like to, maybe next week we can get into that. And if you're watching or you have been watching this and you have any questions, and private message me and send your questions that Jamie and I can address and help you address. Um, and I want to thank you, Jamie. And just so you know, our page is called Perfectly Imperfect, and that's who we are. We're perfectly made by one creator, but we are so imperfect that we don't know what to do anymore with the resources and the stuff. And we're not perfect when it comes to being a wife, a mom, a friend. You know,
Oh,
we all want to go against what they're telling us right now, stay home, and we want to be outside, and we can. And someone like you, Jamie, thank you so much for helping us
you're
um,
very
with a
welcome.
little bit. I know that the time is crucial for you and with your schedule, but I want to thank you again for making this time. And next week, like I said, maybe we can talk about those sleeping patterns and overeating.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. It's very important.
And also, Jamie, if you want to share maybe your email or phone number, if people are willing to reach out to you, professionally, there are moms, parents, husbands, wives that they want to reach. We can share an email or phone number where you can definitely get a hold of Jamie.
Yes. My email address is Jamie, Jamie, I almost forgot, Jamie, MFT, so marriage and family therapy, at ACTSOFKS.com. So Jamie, MFT, at axofkansas.com would be my email. And my phone number, if you would like to text, or would probably be the best way. I don't often answer numbers I don't know, or leave a message letting me know what you would like to visit with me about. My phone number is 785-819-6905.
Thank you so much. And once again, we'll talk to you next week.
Great. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks.